All right, so we'll debrief the Angels Devils Advocate here, which got like 200 views in like half an hour. I don't know how it's doing that. I think maybe Kevin is just messing with something. But anyway, so the Angels Devils Advocate. So Lucas Robinson is a real guy, and he gave me permission to use his full name and publish the story and everything like that, and it's all legit. I always back up my sources, I protect my sources, I verify my sources for all these stories, so everyone knows. Yes, AA is anonymous, yes, all that shit. But if someone wants, like myself, if someone wants their name published, I can, you know, as a writer and author and all that, I verify this stuff. I'm a professional, right? I'm an amateur, but I'm a professional. So the Angels Devil's Advocate, it means because Lucas would always play the Devil's Advocate to me. Whenever we were talking about stuff, he would always, like, you know, play the Devil's Advocate because I needed to hear that from someone who would not like say yes. He was not a yes man to me. He would not just say yes Mike, yes Mike, yes Mike. He would play Devil's Advocate, and it was really helpful to me. So in rehab as a sober buddy, the first part about him being an angel, I just thought he was, because he just like was just, to look at him, you'd have to meet him to know what I mean. He just looks like an angel. He's an extremely good-looking guy, put it that way. I'm not gay, but I doth protest too much there. I realize that, but he just got a warm sense about him that is really welcoming, and yeah. So if we go into the fighting thing here, this is all real. This is all real. This is not made up. I asked him about all this stuff because he fought in his youth. He fought because that's what he knew how to do. And the back of a jab thing is real. And I got into it, and I asked him about the stuff, and he said I could run the stuff. And then running became a thing that in rehab was just I hate running. I fucking hate it. But with him, it was something that we did just to pass the time between classes, and it just worked for me. I loved it. I loved breathing hard. I loved it when my heart rate would come back down after running, because on cocaine it doesn't just come back down. And then we would run and talk, and we covered all these little bullshit topics that I talk about here, and then this is one moment on one of these runs where I just looked at him and I said, "Man, you don't give a shit anymore about drugs, do you?" And he said, "No." He didn't even say no. He just looked at me like I was crazy for even asking him, and in that moment, I knew that that's why he was there, and I think it was just one of those clarity moments that these people in all the AA meetings and the books and stuff, they talk about it, and that's when I knew that he knew that I knew that we just were past it, and it wasn't so pinpointable like that like I'm saying right now, but it was just a nice moment, and I knew that he was in my life for that reason at that point, and I knew I had to write about it, and I asked him, "Can I use your name?" And yeah, that's the Angels Devils